I just want to re-articulate my counter argument and my refutation of a incel who argued with me in the comment section in one of my videos that sex is a need. First he implies that Western man is not reproducing at the rate in order to propagate the species. Now, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but his first argument was, well, if you're an incel, you're not a father. You're not going to have a family because you haven't had sex. So therefore, in that case, in that sense, it's a need. Now, again, I am paraphrasing. Now, I'm not using his exact words, but that's how I interpreted his first reason. I simply said, when I mean need, I mean a personal need, that you actually need it. Not that, well, it's, it's a goal. It's not something that is needed for somebody else. Okay. In order for somebody else to exist, they need to be procreated through sex. No, I'm saying, is it a direct need for you? So he went on from that argument. He probably thought it was a strong argument. He thought it was probably a very strong argument, which it's not. It's a very weak argument. But then he says that we are social creatures and we need physical contact. Okay. There are relationships where sex is not possible, and they have other forms of physical contact if you're talking about affection and intimacy. So I do understand that hugging, kissing, holding hands often correspond with sex. I understand that these things often correspond, but you can attain these types of behaviors or these types of actions of affection without having sex. So again, sex is not necessary. Now, keep in mind, I'm granting that physical contact is necessary for psychological well-being, psychological health. I don't necessarily agree with it. Again, I don't necessarily agree with it. But I'm granting that. I'm granting this assumption. And even when we grant this assumption, it does not logically conclude that sexual contact is necessary for one to be healthy. Even if we assume physical contact is necessary for one's psychological well-being, for one to be fully healthy, even if we assume that, there are other forms of physical contact in romantic relationships besides sex that achieve this if you assume physical contact is necessary.